What animal's brain can you tell me that what you see in the picture is? This is not a real brain, but it is a real brain medicine. I will tell you how it works and along. With that, I will also tell you what you can use instead of it. Before that, let's see what foods our brain likes. What foods it doesn't like or what foods are harmful to the brain. You can do an experiment on yourself. Suppose you are very hungry. If you eat white carbohydrates, say white rice, white bread, or potatoes, how do you feel in this hungry state? Again, in another situation, you are very hungry. At that time, if you do not eat white carbohydrates, say white rice, white bread, completely exclude them and eat protein-based foods such as meat. Lentils, chickpeas, how do you feel? I can say with certainty that if you eat white rice, say white rice, when you are hungry, your brain will feel a little sluggish. You may feel more like taking some rest than doing your work, or you may feel a little sleepy. On the other hand, if you eat protein-based food when you are hungry, this laziness will be comparatively less and your brain will feel more alert. The question is, why does our brain feel a little lazy when we eat white rice, while our brain feels a little alert when we eat protein-based food? Our brain weighs only 2% of our entire body weight. That means the brain of a 60-kg person will weigh only 1.2 kilos. But the brain itself consumes 20% of the energy we consume throughout the day. So where will this energy come from? From food. The food we eat will feed the brain. That means what our brain health will actually be like depending on what we eat. A study was conducted on young people. Here we see how the food we eat in our daily lives affects our brain. Here it was found that young people are not eating foods that are good for the brain. This is called a low-quality diet. So those who eat this low-quality diet have a 79% increased chance of depression. On the other hand, a study was done on adults. This study was followed up for 6 years. Here we see how trans fat foods affect the brain. Here it was found that those who eat a lot of trans fat foods have a 42% increased risk of depression in the next 6 years. In the past, there was a saying that eating sugar is good for the brain. This is completely wrong. This is very interesting. I have explained this in detail in this video. Our brain needs several micronutrients, antioxidants, and vitamins for its health or effectiveness. The brain processes or synthesizes these itself. To do these things, it needs glucose. That means our brain needs a continuous supply of glucose. So you can supply this glucose to the brain in 3 ways. Usually we do it in these 3 ways. Number 1 is by eating sugar. Number 2 is by eating white rice, white bread, which means simple carbohydrates. And number 3 is by eating red rice, bread or wheat bread or oats, which means all the carbs that have fiber. Supplying glucose through sugar is not an option, because eating sugar causes other damage to the brain. Number 2 is white carbohydrates. The problem with white carbohydrates is that they release glucose into the blood very quickly. It is seen that within half an hour of eating, a lot of glucose has come into the blood. Then again, within 2 hours, it is seen that it has declined very quickly. I mean, the thing is something like this. You told me that, brother, you have to stay in this room for 5 days. Whatever food you eat now, even if I eat all the food in the world, is it possible to stay healthy in this room for 5 days? I'll start starving from tomorrow. And if you supply glucose to the brain through complex carbohydrates, which means red rice, bread, or all the foods that contain fiber, then it is best, because they will slowly release glucose into the blood, and this will remain in a steady state for a long time, which is what the brain likes the most. So this is the matter of glucose, which is a basic need of the brain. But where will all the ingredients that are needed to keep the brain healthy, all the nutrients that are needed, come from? Now I am mentioning the names of several foods. These will help your brain provide all those nutrients, help boost the brain. Number 1, fatty fish. 60% of our brain is made of fat, and half of this fat is made of omega-3 fatty acids. Our brain uses these omega-3 fatty acids to rebuild itself and create new nerve cells. Those who are deficient in these omega-3 fatty acids may have difficulty learning new things and may be at risk of depression. A part of our brain is called gray matter. This gray matter contains the largest number of nerve cells, and this gray matter controls our decision-making and memory retention. Studies have shown that people who eat more fish have more gray matter in their brains than others. So to keep our brains healthy, we need to eat more fish containing omega-3. Let me tell you the names of these fish. The fish that contain the most omega-3 are laita, vetki, churi, puti, ai, bagda shrimp, hilsa, katla, rui, magur, koi, chapila, etc. So, to keep our brain healthy, We should eat fish at least 4 days a week. Number 2 is sweet pumpkin seeds. It contains a lot of antioxidants, which help protect our brain from oxidative stress. Apart from this, sweet pumpkin seeds contain nutrients like magnesium, iron, copper, zinc, etc., which are very important for our brain. Number 3 is dark chocolate. In most of the chocolates we buy in the market, the amount of milk and sugar is more than that of chocolate. Dark chocolate refers to chocolate that contains more than 70% cocoa. Dark chocolate contains a lot of flavonoids. These flavonoids have 2 important functions. Number 1 is that they help boost our memory. Number 2 is that as we age, our memory starts to decline a little. So flavonoids prevent or slow down the decline that our brain experiences due to this age. This means that if you eat a lot of dark chocolate, your brain decline due to age will be prevented or slowed down. Number 4 is eggs. Relatively easily available, but very beneficial for the brain. They contain many types of micronutrients. One of them is choline. This choline turns into acetylcholine after entering our body. It is a neurotransmitter. The brain uses it to regulate our mood and memory. In addition, eggs contain vitamins B6, B12, and folate. Various studies have shown that if a person is deficient in these elements, then the chances of a person falling into depression are very high. In addition, these elements can also prevent the mental decline that occurs due to age. So to keep our brain healthy and effective, we should all eat 1 to 2 eggs every day. Number 5 is nuts. They contain a lot of healthy fats, vitamin E, and antioxidants. These are very important for our brain health. A study shows that those who eat nuts every day have sharper brains than those who don't. If you want to sharpen your brain, you can eat half a cup to 1 cup of nuts every day. Number 6 is green tea. Now all the green tea, green coffee, etc. that are sold online to lose weight, but these cannot be consumed. They can damage your internal organs. Normally, green tea that is available in stores or online can help boost your brain or keep your brain healthy. Brain medicine. This is given to me by my lab mate Canteen. We have a research project on the brain. We want to see how the effect on the brain is when the human kidney is damaged. When the kidney is damaged, waste products cannot be removed from our body, so they get trapped in the body. When these waste products float along with the blood and enter the brain, how these waste products damage the brain is the main point of that research. We are doing this research on rats. You may sometimes see me uploading shorts, reels, where we are seen doing surgeries or stitching rats and doing various activities. So Canteen goes to a conference, a brain conference, where various brain scientists come. So everyone is given one of these brains. This is like a sponge. When you press it, it will go inward. When people are stressed or tense, if you press it continuously for a while, then this stress is slowly released. Simply think when you get very angry, if you break a few glass plates in a row, then your anger will automatically go down. So you don't have to break the glass plates. You can put a piece of foam like this size. The foam doesn't have to be too soft. The new foam is actually not that soft. It's perfect for this. And this one is a little bit too thin. This is our dishwashing thing. So you can make it a little bit thicker so that it's easier for you to hold. I mean, the grip should be good, and you can buy it from the market if you want. It is supposed to be available in the market. It is called a stress ball. You might be able to find it by typing stress ball in a search. So, in that case, you will not actually get this brain shape. The normal ball is the same shape, but the function is the same. Let me tell you about an interesting study. This study was conducted on dialysis patients. When a person's kidneys get bad and reach a stage where they do not want to work at all, they have to undergo dialysis. The function of dialysis is to do the same work that the kidneys used to do. Dialysis actually does that work, but it cannot do it as efficiently as the kidneys, but it is quite workable. This study was conducted on 45 dialysis patients. Here, it was seen whether if the patients pressed a stress ball during dialysis, their stress decreased or whether there was a change in any other vital sign. So 23 people were given this stress ball in 8 dialysis sessions, and in each session, they were allowed to press it for 10 to 15 minutes. I keep saying this, actually they were given regular stress balls, not brain-shaped. Anyway, 22 people were not given them. So what was seen in the results was that this stress ball could not change any vital signs of the dialysis patients or provide them with any physical comfort, but it really reduced stress and it reduced it significantly. So how will this thing reduce our stress? When we squeeze or press it, the muscles that we are using to press it and the nerves in it will all be contracted and stimulated. which will have an effect on our overall nervous system. Then this overall nervous system will release the necessary hormones that will reduce our stress. So also, the stress ball can help in many other ways. It can reduce anxiety, help lower blood pressure, increase focus and creativity at work. It can also improve your sleep. So I'm going to show you a few rules for using this stress ball. The first is that you take the ball in your palm. After taking it, press it in the middle with your 4 fingers. Hold it for 5 seconds, then release it. Hold it again for 5 seconds in the same way, release it. The second way is that you hold the ball with both palms and keep your elbows together. Then press it like this, hold it for 5 seconds, release it. Press it again, hold it for 5 seconds, release it. The third rule is the one that most people do because it's the easiest to do, and you can do it during any other task, if you just have one hand free. For this, just take the ball in your hand and squeeze it as you want. Hold it for 5 seconds, release it. Hold it again, hold it for 5 seconds, then release it. So this is the situation. If you find the video helpful, don't forget to subscribe my channel Healthcare One.